tone. Drone. And today we are going to be taking a look at some facts. Now, I don't know if you're anything like me, but I quite enjoy a random fact. You know, it's fun to know why, I don't know, I'm gonna make up a fact. Well, it can be a fact if it's made up. You know what? I'm not even gonna make anything up. It's fun to know random things. And today, we're going to be learning a few random things. I'm on thefactsite.com, and I'm going to start the 200 facts that you'll love to know. I mean, I don't know how they can determine whether or not we'll love to know these, but maybe there'll be one or two or few that you enjoy. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, I lied. A little bit more of an ado. So, with further ado, this website, along with the fact, it has a little bit of a explanation of how it came to be. So I don't know if I'm going to read the explanation for all of them, but probably for some of them, I will read the explanation along with probably some of my own commentary because, you know, we get down on this channel. I just love to say random nonsense. So, let's get into it. Number 1. Banging your head against a wall for 1 hour burns 150 calories. Wow. Who volunteered to figure that out? It says under that, if you need to burn some calories and happen to be incredibly frustrated, why not have your cake and eat it, so to speak? If you're not too keen on losing brain cells in the process, you might want to give this one a miss. A much safer, although possibly less cathartic option would be to take your dog for a walk for 45 minutes, which would also burn 150 calories. Okay, so that didn't really explain how they figured that out, but I mean, it's just basic calorie burning. If you're moving, you're burning calories, and banging your head against the wall is moving. So I mean, you might have a concussion, but at least you'll be down 150 pounds. Am I right? Oh boy. Number 2. In Switzerland, it is illegal to own just one guinea pig. Hey, you know what? I'm not even mad at you, Switzerland, because you don't want your little rodent buddy to be sad and lonely. Let's see. The explanation is why, you ask? While this may sound like an odd law to try and enforce, it actually makes perfect sense. This is because guinea pigs are incredibly social animals. If you kept just one guinea pig, it would become lonely and depressed, which is actually considered to be animal cruelty these days. The real question you should be asking is, why isn't this law everywhere? Yeah, well, I didn't know that guinea pigs were incredibly social, but I'll take your word for it, website. Yeah, I always thought it was good to have more than one pet anyway for that specific reason, even if it wasn't a guinea pig. Like, I don't know, when you're not home and you have a dog, wouldn't it be better if the dog had a friend? I don't know. Anyway, let's continue. Number 3. Pteronophobia is the fear of being tickled by feathers. I believe I pronounced that correctly. Pteronophobia is the fear of being tickled. The word is spelled Pteronophobia. Anyway, if you've ever felt strangely uneasy around feathers, blankets, or pillows, this could be why. Not only is this phobia the fear of being tickled by feathers, in extreme cases it can involve the fear of feathers in general. The word pteronophobia is made up of the Greek word ptero, meaning feather, and phobia, meaning fear. Fear. Are you afraid? Are you afraid? I shouldn't do that. I'm sorry. Because if you're trying to sleep and you just hear something saying, "Are you afraid?" then you might be afraid. So, sorry for saying, "Are you afraid?" I promise for the rest of this video, I will not say, "Are you afraid?" Okay. Number 4. Snakes are able to predict earthquakes. Now, how in the world did they figure this out? I mean, okay, I do know that they say like some animals can sense when the weather's changing or something's gonna happen, but what if it was like a rattlesnake, right? And somebody heard the rattling, but the snake wasn't in strike mode, and they're like, And then they realized that it was sensing the very small movements of the earth. And then a huge earthquake came, and they're like, snakes can predict when earthquakes come. I mean, probably not. I haven't been programmed to critically think about snakes and earthquakes. Anyway, let's see what it says about it. Researchers in China have found that many animals are actually able to predict earthquakes to varying levels of success. It's come to light that snakes are the most reliable, sensing earthquakes from as far as 75 miles away. What's more impressive is that they can sense an earthquake as many as 5 days before it actually occurs. What in the world? When a snake senses an earthquake, it will run, or slither in this case, away from its nest, even in the darkest days of winter. Okay. But still, I guess if you just observe snakes long enough, you can see these patterns, and with these patterns you can say, oh, okay, snakes know an earthquake is coming. Okay, so does that mean they also know the direction of the earthquake? Because if it leaves its nest, then what does it matter unless it gets like miles and miles away? But I mean, I guess if it's sensing it 5 days out, then, but which direction? You know what? I don't know. I'm no snake doctor or snake scientist or snake whatever the people are that figure this out. So, oh no, snake researcher. Yep, that's what it was. Okay, all right. Number 5. Crows often hold grudges against specific people. This I've heard before. I've heard that if you mess with a crow, it will remember it, and the next time it sees you, let's say, you don't want no smoke with a crow. Yeah, it'll remember. It turns out that crows are actually very good at recognizing people's faces and have been found to remember people for a long time. This can, of course, be both a negative and a positive fact, depending on how nice you are to them. While crows can tell us apart, we would find it incredibly difficult to distinguish one crow from another. Yeah, I've heard that one before, for sure. Number 6. The oldest your mom joke was discovered on a 35-year-old. Alright, you know what? Let's start this one over. Number 6. Again, the oldest your mom joke was discovered on a 3,500-year-old Babylonian tablet. That's 3,500. So in Babylon, they were making your mom jokes. Yeah, that checks out. You know what? This fact in and of itself is a your mom joke. Because you can be like, your mom is so old. Somebody wrote a joke about her 3,500 years ago in Babylon. The tablet was discovered during an archaeological dig in Iraq in 1976, but has unfortunately been lost since. Oh no. Fortunately, the tablet was photographed, so researchers were able to analyze and translate the text. The results? Well, we can tell the tablet does indeed contain jokes, but unfortunately the full meaning has been lost in translation. The translated form of the world's oldest your mom joke is, of your mother is by the one who has intercourse with her. What/who is it? Do we understand? Not a chance, but we recognize a your mom joke when we see one. I should have started off by saying that the quote has an ellipses in the front, the ... So it's missing the beginning of the joke. You know what? Down in the comments, if you're still awake, why don't you fill that in? It says, blank of your mother is by the one who has intercourse with her. What/who is it? Number 7. 2 infectious diseases have been successfully wiped out. Smallpox and Rinderpest. I don't know what Rinderpest is. Or is it Rinderpest? I don't know. Thanks to advances in medical science, we were able to completely eradicate smallpox, with the last natural case occurring on October 25, 1975. Smallpox causes breakouts of pus-filled blisters all over your body and in most cases were life-threatening, so the eradication was a monumental achievement. The second disease to be eradicated, Rinderpest, is actually a disease found in cattle and is quite similar to measles. The last known case of Rinderpest was in 2001. Shout out to science. Number 8. May 29 is officially Put a Pillow on Your Fridge Day. Put a pillow on your fridge. Why would you want to do that? The roots of this odd-sounding holiday go back hundreds of years, starting in the early 1900s. People in the 1900s didn't have refrigerators, of course, and instead would hang a piece of cloth in their larders. It's believed that doing so brought luck, peace, and prosperity to your household. Oh my goodness, I cannot read. The tradition has been adapted over time to fit the modern kitchen, with families all over the world placing a pillow on top of their fridge every year on May 29th. I have never heard of this. So, I don't know. If any of you have been putting pillows on your refrigerators, please let me know. That would be interesting to hear about. Is it like a tradition your family has been doing for ever? Or you guys read this fact on this website and started to do it so you can get good luck? Are you guys superstitious? I don't know. Let me know. Number 9. Cherophobia is the irrational fear of fun or happiness. The word is spelled Cherophobia, in case any one of you wanna look it up. Can you imagine not enjoying fun or happiness? No, having a fear of fun or happiness. Wow, that sucks. You're afraid to have fun. Are you afraid of laughter, of joy, happiness? Well, boy, do I have the thing for you. I don't really have anything for you. I'm sorry. I lied. Do you absolutely hate all things fun? You might have cherophobia. People with this phobia are known to avoid any kind of situation that might be classified by others as fun or joyful. The word cherophobia is made up of the Greek words chero, meaning to rejoice, and phobia, meaning fear. For any readers out there with cherophobia, please stop reading these fun facts now. I guess they thought that was fun to type, since this is 200 fun facts. We can't imagine the psychological pain you've gone through by reading this far already. Oh boy. Okay. Number 10. 10. Number 10. Wow. 7% of American adults believe that chocolate milk comes from brown cows. All right. Everybody, gather around. We need to have a meeting. Now, I don't want to have to make fun of anybody, so please tell me that none of you thought that chocolate milk came from brown cows. Okay, you know what? Let me not even say that, because, there are just certain things that maybe some people, they haven't really thought about it, really. It's just kind of like, if we get white milk from these regular black and white cows, then chocolate milk must come from black and brown cows. Well, it does not. It doesn't. So you're gonna have to amend your thoughts, because that is quite unfortunate if you genuinely thought that. I know 7% doesn't sound like a lot, but that actually works out at 16.4 million American adults. This is a truly disturbing fact when you think about it. This shows that nearly 1 in 10 Americans has a deeply flawed understanding of basic science, as well as a clear lack of understanding of where their food comes from. Next, they'll claim that bacon grows on trees. I guess the thefactsite is making fun of those people instead of me. I'm off the hook like a fish that got away. Okay. Number 11. If you lift a kangaroo's tail off the ground, it can't hop. Okay. Kangaroos use their tails for balance while stopping. So if you elevate their tail, they would have no balance and fall over. I'm picturing. You guys know cow tipping? I'm picturing like kangaroo tipping. There are known cases where kangaroos have lost their tails and can still move around, but it took them a long time to adjust and can only move small distances at a time. This is because their tails aren't just for balance, they also act as a third leg, propelling them forward just as much as their legs do. Okay, interesting. Any Australians that are listening that have witnessed a tailless kangaroo firsthand? Were they struggling? I don't know. Talk to me. Number 12. 12. Number 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. 12. Number 12. Bananas are curved because they grow towards the sun. Talk about a mind-bending fact. Long have philosophers pondered the humble banana, arguing until the sun goes down as to why they are curved. It turns out that bananas go through a process called negative geotropism, which causes them to grow upwards toward the sun instead of towards the ground. This in turn gives the banana its familiar curved shape. Okay, banana, okay. Number 13. Most Korean people don't have armpit odor. Oh, okay, lucky Korean people. One less thing to worry about, huh? No BO or less BO. Studies conducted by the University of Bristol found that only 0.006% of the Korean population have the ABCC11 gene, which is the cause of armpit odor. In fact, the study found that most East Asians don't have this gene. Koreans just have the lowest numbers. While this may be surprising to us, it's obviously been known for a while in Korea, as deodorant isn't commonly found there. Oh, another fun fact, only 2% of Europeans don't have this gene. Okay, so while 0.006% of the Korean population have the gene, right? Only 2% of Europeans don't have the gene. I wonder what the number is for Americans in other locations. Alright. Wow, we're only on number 14. Alright, I guess we'll go to 20 today. Number 14. Number 14. The original London Bridge is now in Arizona. Okay. The London Bridge, originally constructed in 1831, was starting to fall apart by the 1960s. As a result, the City of London decided to sell it and build another. It was taken apart in 1963 after being bought by American oil tycoon Robert P. McCulloch. No, there's no U in here. Well, there is, but not where it should be if it was McCulloch. Anyway, and shipped to Arizona. It was put back together piece by piece in Lake Havasu City, a city founded by McCulloch himself, serving as a tourist attraction. The reconstruction took years and was completed in 1971. Wow, You can just sell your bridge and people will buy it and put it together piece by piece. Number 15. During your lifetime, you will produce enough saliva to fill 50 bathtubs. Wow. Gross. The average person produces just over an ounce of saliva every hour. This might not seem like much, but it adds up over time. To give you a better idea, that's 24.3 ounces or one full wine bottle's worth of saliva a day, which is an average of 69 gallons per year. The average global life expectancy is about 72 years, which means that you produce an average of 4,968 gallons of saliva in your lifetime. That's enough to fill 50 bathtubs. Again, gross. Number 16. If Pinocchio said, "My nose will grow now," it would create a paradox. As we all know, whenever Pinocchio lies, his nose grows longer. There is but one sentence out there which Pinocchio could say which breaks this system, which is, "My nose will grow now." If you think about it, Pinocchio's nose would have to grow to make the statement not a lie. But then it can't grow, otherwise the statement would not be a lie. Ooh, this conundrum is known as the Pinocchio paradox. Yeah, man, I like a good paradox. I actually have a book on paradoxes. Well, maybe we'll check that out one day. Or maybe not. We shall see. Number 17. Polar bears could, and could is underlined, eat as many as 10 penguins in a single sitting, if they didn't live at opposite ends of the earth. Alright, this fact is a total... Alright, this is a cop-out fact. Why are you telling us this? Polar bears live in the Arctic, whereas the most common penguin in the world, the Adelie penguin, lives in Antarctica. An adult polar bear normally eats about 20% of its total weight. The average adult bear weighs 500 pounds, which means it eats about 100 pounds every time it sits down to eat. The average Adelie penguin weighs about 10 pounds, so a polar bear would have to eat 10 to be full. Fun fact, this means that a polar bear could comfortably eat a child. Two facts in one, huh? I mean, I guess, fun fact, a polar bear could also comfortably eat a small human, you know? So, not a small human, I meant a small adult, like children aren't humans. Oh boy. Okay. Number 18. Car manufacturer Volkswagen makes sausages. Okay. Most people know Volkswagen for their iconic line of camper vans, the Combi, or even the cute little Beetle. A lesser-known product that comes out of Volkswagen's factories are sausages, specifically currywurst sausages. Now, why in the world would Volkswagen make sausages? Well, one of their factories was built in quite a remote location, so they decided to make their own food for the factory workers. Their sausages are apparently quite popular as they ended up being sold commercially. Fun fact, Volkswagen's sausages are so popular that they bring in more revenue than their calls? No, their cars, you nincompoop. I was watching a video the other day on YouTube where you're likely watching this, and it was the actual pronunciation of Volkswagen, and it's something like, I don't know, Volkswagen or something. I don't know, some German. Anyway, alright. Why did I bring that up? I don't know. A random fact about me watching things on YouTube. Number 19. Movie trailers were originally shown after the movie, which is why they were called trailers. Because they trailed the movie, I guess. A YouTube channel that I watched, John Campia Show, that guy recently did a documentary about movie trailers, talking about their origins and all that stuff. So yeah, another extra random fact about my YouTube watching habits, I guess. I love movies and such, so that's why I watch movie people on YouTube. Like, you know what, I'm just gonna give you something I watched that I like, because, you know, I don't know anything about these people's personal lives, so hey, if they turn out to be terrible people, don't blame me. I've only seen their YouTubes and stuff like that, okay? I don't dig into their personal lives. I have no idea. I have to preface that because, anyway, so the John Campia Show, Jeremy Johns, Chris Stuckman, YMS, Your Movie Sucks, Let Me Explain, LME, who else? I know others, I'm sure. I just started watching Dan Merle. Yeah, I just love movies and stuff. So I like watching people talking about movies and stuff. Alright. The world's first movie trailer was shown at a theater in Harlem, New York in 1914. The trailer, which promoted an upcoming movie featuring Charlie Chaplin, was shown after the movies, which were shown at the theater. One of the most... That sentence was... okay. It was just... It's funny because the sentence just... It just sounds like it's just repeating what was already said. Alright, anyway, let me move on to the last sentence in this explanation. The problem with the trailer showing after the film was that the audience wouldn't stay around to watch them, making the trailers rather ineffective. I mean, that makes sense. So then you gotta put the movies in the front, but they're no longer trailing, so you don't really want to change the name. But I mean, if you figured this out very early on, then you can easily change the name of movie trailers to like movie... What's the opposite of something that... Leaders. Movie leaders or something. You know? They could be called leaders. Why not? Because, you know, words can mean different things, which is... don't get me started on that. Alright, don't get me started on that. But anyway, yeah. People like to leave when a movie's over. Makes sense. You know what they should have done back in the day when they had intermissions? Is maybe they should have put the trailers in the intermission, because maybe not everybody wanted to get up and stretch or whatever. So for the people there, actually no, you want the most people to see your trailers, and at the intermission people want to get up. Yeah, I guess in the beginning is probably the best place to put them now. Wow. Spoke about that for probably way too long. Okay. Number 20, and the last one for today. Number 20. last one and I couldn't even finish strong. Do not use me as an example for anything. Number 20. Eagles can hunt down a young deer and fly away with it. Eagles are sometimes called an apex predator, which means that they live at the top of their ecosystem's food chain. To live at the top of the food chain, they obviously have to be pretty big and powerful. So powerful that they can carry any prey they hunt down to a more convenient location where they can safely feast upon it. Eagles on average are able to carry a maximum of about 4 to 5 pounds. Young deer, known as fawn or calves, weigh between 4 to 8 pounds. Need I say more? Never underestimate an eagle. Wow. What a way to end today's set of facts. I hope you enjoyed. It's funny because there's a picture here. There's a picture of an eagle holding a knife in the face of a deer. I mean, all of these little facts have images attached, but it's a cartoon image, like emojified, so it's not anything. It's not like, Photoshop of like lifelike images or anything. It's just funny though, because the eagle's holding the knife in its talons and alright. Anyway, that's it for today's fact video. You know what, if you guys like these, I'll maybe continue. I like facts. If you like facts, let me know. Alright, until next time. I'm probably gonna at least do 1 or 2 more, just because I like it, so deal. But if you really like it, maybe it can be like an extended series, maybe we'll actually finish out all 200. Alright, thanks for mostly listening, because there's nothing to watch. I'm gonna put like a visualizer on the screen so you can just like put your phone down and relax. Well, you would have already noticed that if you made it to the end of the video, that there's nothing for you to look at. Okay, it's gonna be a dark visualizer too. You know what, I should probably, alright, let me stop talking. Alright, thanks for listening and watching, if you looked at the visualizer the whole time. Thanks for stopping by. I really appreciate it. If you're still here, subscribe, leave a like if you liked the video, and maybe tell a friend. Actually, definitely tell a friend. Subscribe, like, and tell a friend, and comment below something. Oh, you know what would be cool? Maybe I have to wait until I get a little bit bigger. If you all made up your own facts and I just read those, of course it would be explicitly stated as these are made up facts, which just means that they aren't facts, but it would be fun nonetheless. Alright, anyway. Again, thanks for watching. Be well. Be well.